Good morning. Good morning. Oh, geez. Already I'm making sounds. Good. I'm not even touching it. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Donna Vee, and it's story time with Donna Vee. It is Sunday, October 11th, and today is a special day. Not only is it Sunday, and we're here together, which makes it special, but today we have a special guest. So, when we have a special guest, what do? We practice good manners, right? We talk about our healthy habits. Good morning, Christine Grillon. Welcome to Story Time. We have such an exciting day planned. We are going to talk about the letter O. Good morning, Frank Simon coming in. We are still going to stretch. We are still going to talk about healthy habits. But the most exciting part of this morning, besides you guys, is, good morning, Nicole. I love it. Okay, so yeah, if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, good morning, Albert. What's up? My name is Donna Vee, and this is Story Time. We've been reading stories together since March 21st. That seems like a lifetime ago. And now we are so lucky to be live every morning, Sunday through Friday, on Facebook and on YouTube and on Periscope. And the coolest part about it is I've gotten to, meet so many nice people because people donate books, they loan me books, and they watch me read the books. But today we have a special guest. It is my cousin, Lauren Vaicels, and she is a sign language interpreter. What does that mean? Good question. We're going to get to ask her that today. So we're going to bring her on right now so that together we can do our morning routine. Yeah. There she is.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Lauren. What's up?
Not much. What's going on, Donna Vee?
Donna Vee. Lauren V, not much, because you're Lauren V too. Well,
Yes,
not
true.
Lauren V. I'm not Lauren V, but you know what I mean.
But we're both
Today, I'm so excited that you're here. And oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, I asked for this. Yes, you did. Sonia, you got your wish. You manifested it. Watch what you wish for, kids. Now, I'm sure you've watched the show before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that we do a few things.
Yes.
Like we get up and we talk about healthy habits. Like, for instance, I know this morning I got up and I brushed my teeth. Did you?
I did.
You did. And let's see. We drink water. I don't know if you have water there. It's okay if you. She's got water.
Water is the best. It's my favorite drink ever.
I love water. So, and then I woke up with gratitude. I was grateful that today you were going to be here. I was so excited. And that's right, Christine Grillon. We stretch now. We stretch our mind, we stretch our imagination, and we stretch our body here. We always do this during, reciting the alphabet. But I thought maybe, I am reciting the alphabet and doing arm circles. Would you do sign language? How do you say that?
I would spell the letters. You want me to do the manual alphabet?
Yes.
I can do that. Yeah.
All right, so it's called the manual alphabet.
Yes. So in sign language, we don't write the alphabet out. We say them with our hands. So that's why they call it the manual alphabet, because you do it with your hands.
That's awesome. And did you know that today's letter? Do you know what today's letter is?
I think, is it O?
It is O. So it's O.
And I have owls on today.
I was going to say, I see that you're wearing an owl onesie. What does your shirt say?
Oh, my shirt says friend in sign language.
Oh, like this?
Friend. Yep.
Okay, so if I was saying hello to my friend, how would I say it? Hi, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the little bit that I know about sign language was from middle school, and of course from you, but I took it as a class in Bloomfield in middle school. It was North Junior High School back then. And I mean, that's like forever ago. Good morning, Mom. Hey, how do I say good morning?
Oh, so good morning is actually 2 signs. So you would, from your chin to your other hand is good. And then morning is like the sun rising. So it would be morning. So your arm is like the sun. So you have one arm here that's like the horizon, and the sun comes up over the horizon in the morning. And
Okay.
then
I'm going to do this so people
straight
can see more of us.
Yes. So morning, and then straight up is afternoon, and then at night the sun goes down.
Wow. Wow. All right. So good.
Good morning.
Good. That's, okay. Well, I was going to say, you got to be careful with that sign because I'm from North New Jersey. And I have to say, you have to be careful, kids. All right. I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but I want to just take off this so that we can see and it's not distracting. Let's get this out here. Okay. So, because now you can see better, it's clear. When we're doing the alphabet, I'm going to actually zoom this in so people can see you better. And I guess you can do the letters that way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
When I'm stretching? Okay. So for anybody out there, this is going to be so exciting. I'm so excited. We have so many people. Oh, Daria says, good morning, Lauren.
Hi,
Lauren.
Daria.
Oh, it's E?
E.
Oh, my nails are horrible. Like this?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
E.
I remember you telling me that you couldn't wear nail polish because you said it's distracting.
Yeah. So as a sign language interpreter, I have to wear nail polish that's neutral color because someone that maybe, for example, if I'm interpreting like a college class that's 4 hours long and I have colors on my nails, it can be very distracting and hard for someone to follow that for that long amount of time.
Wow.
And even I work at a hospital as an interpreter full time, and it helps because people who are sick, you don't want to have to try and figure out what someone else is saying. So it just makes it easier for everybody.
That's so interesting. So in the hospital, I'm going to just kind of clarify. You are a sign language interpreter in the hospital because just like if someone came in speaking, let's say French, they need an interpreter, or Spanish, you're there for people that are deaf.
Correct.
Right. That's pretty amazing. So when you talk to people that are deaf, or do you call it talking to people?
Yep.
You still call it that? Okay. I
Yeah.
just don't want to say anything incorrect, insulting, or misleading. I want to teach the kids that are watching, because I think this is very interesting. And I think it's really good because, I mean, this is ASL, right? American Sign Language.
Correct. There's many, many different sign languages around the world. So American Sign Language is not universal. It's used in America, in the U.S., and parts of Canada.
What are other sign languages?
So there's German Sign Language, there's Italian Sign Language, there's Spanish Sign Language, but Spanish Sign Language is from Spain. There are other countries in the world that also speak Spanish, but when talking about sign languages, we don't call all the Spanish-speaking countries that use Spanish, we don't call it Spanish Sign Language. It's specific to each country. So
wow.
there's Peruvian Sign Language, there's Argentinian Sign Language, there's Puerto Rican Sign Language, Dominican Sign Language, and then Spanish Sign Language, which is used in Spain.
Wow, that is so interesting. Is there a specific pace that you have to keep or go, or if you're talking to someone that is like really used to talking in sign language, I guess you can go faster, right?
Yeah, there's so when we speak and from different areas of the country, we all sound a little different, right? We all have different accents. It's the same kind of thing in sign language, and it's called your signing style. And that's just the way that you sign. Some people sign faster, some people sign slower, some people are lazy with their signs. Like I get lazy sometimes, and instead of signing no, I'll sign it here, which is incorrect, but it's lazy. But it's still that's just how some people sign.
Yeah. Question, are they all similar?
Yes and no. So there are similarities when it comes to grammar and certain signs sometimes. Like I know in Italian Sign Language, so American Sign Language, we sign mom. But in
Mom.
Italian Sign Language, it's mom. And dad in American Sign Language is dad, but in Italian Sign Language, it's dad because the mustache.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
So, and most of our alphabets are all the same. They vary slightly, except for British Sign Language. They use 2 hands for their alphabet instead of 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know the other languages?
I studied in Italy for about a month. That was like a decade ago. I don't remember a whole lot about it. And I bought the DVD to refresh my signs, but the DVD is in Italian and I don't understand Italian.
Oh, sorry. That thing happens all the time. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to ask you lots of questions while we're doing this, but I love the fact that I'm going to do the alphabet and I'll try to go a little slower and we'll do that together. So just like we talk about every morning, and if you want to interpret anything that I'm saying, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but just feel free and I will not be distracted. I won't look. So there are 26 letters in the alphabet. The 13th letter is the middle, and the middle letter is M. And what a great thing to know that if you're learning the alphabet, if you're young, or if you just need to, I don't know, I think it's a cool idea to know. I didn't even realize it until I started doing story time that the middle letter of the alphabet is M. So it's great. I think it's a cool party trick, if nothing else. So we are going to stretch, and Lauren is going to interpret for us. So are you ready? I'm so excited. Here we go. Arm circles out. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. And A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, that was awesome. That was amazing. Now, as you were doing it, I'm watching you because I remember it from school. And when I would study different things, I have like a wacky connection for my memory on how to memorize stuff. And when you went like this for X, right? It's X like this. Mm-hmm. Do you face it this way? This way.
There's a turn on it. So your finger is shaped this way, but you kind of turn your wrist a little bit with it. So
like this for X?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember that because to me, this looks like a dinosaur neck. And I say Tyrannosaurus X. And that's how I memorized the letter X. Because I'm like, that doesn't look like an X. It looks like a dinosaur. Like, oh, Tyrannosaurus X. And like, all right, so ready? Let's try it together, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I would love to. All right, I'm sorry for my polish.
No.
Everybody at home, if you want to try it out.
Yeah.
All right, so
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Wait, how do you?
G actually looks, I'm not on camera here, like this, but to the side. So some people put their thumb up, some people don't.
All right, so do G again.
I'm sorry?
Can you do G again?
G.
Okay. G.
That's just because my thumb is big. My thumb
okay.
out. Yeah, so G, H, I, J, K. K is like this. I'm trying to stay on camera.
No, that's okay.
L M N O, which is today's letter.
It is today's letter.
P. P is the same as K, just down. So remember how we did this for K? Just put it down, and that's a P.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Q is the same as G, down. So
Yes.
G, then like Q.
I always used to think I was holding a quarter.
There you go. That helps. Q, R, S, T.
It's turtle.
V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Which finger do you use? Your pointer?
Yeah, you draw a Z in the air with your pointer finger.
Wow, poor Z. It's like, I mean, well, fine. Z, fine. Okay, so now we know the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say good morning to the kids. So we're going to get our buddy Alba Bear. Oh, but you know what we have to do, Lauren? We have to ask the Clifford book for some words that start with O. Also, it's way back in the beginning of my comments. Frank Simon likes to give us an alliterative sentence. So let's see what he did today. Olivia offered Alga outrageous ocean oysters on October 1. He's very good at this. And it's Olga. I know it's Olga because my friend Frank is blind. So he does voice to text. And so I know that for a fact that he meant Olga and that the phone picked up as Alga because he doesn't miss a beat. Every word in the sentence starts with an O. It's pretty amazing. And then I do it as a tongue twister. So I don't know how would you be able to interpret that?
Let's see.
I can make this larger so you could see it.
Olivia offered Olga outrageous ocean oysters on October 1. So sign language has a very different grammar than English. So we would start off saying when the thing happened. So it would be October 1st. And then you'd spell Olivia. I'm trying to think because I'm looking at the English and it's playing with my brain right now. It would be October 1st, the ocean oysters, I got them, and Olivia, I gave them to.
Wow. How did you do October? Can you show us? Oh, just
OCT for October.
OCT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. OCT.
Yeah.
First with this finger. I know it's specific. That's why I'm asking because like you can't just hold up one finger. It's the first. You have to be specific.
Right.
Yeah.
So and the first. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna try again. Olivia offered Olga outrageous ocean oysters on October 1. Olivia offered Olga outrageous oysters. Okay. Sometimes it takes a minute. Okay, here we go. Olivia offered Olga outrageous ocean oysters on October 1. Olivia offered Olga outrageous ocean. Ocean on October. Ocean, I'm turning. You know what, Frank? You got me. Let's just say that you should be really happy that today you got me, my friend. All right, so let's go here. So we have some Clifford words if you want to maybe help us with that. Are there symbols for, there's an owl. Is there a sign language, like a way to do owl? Owl.
Big.
Okay. We've got octopus.
Ooh. Octopus is another one that we would finger spell.
Okay.
The sign language is very about context and concepts. So not every word has a sign and not every sign has a word. So depending on what you're talking about, depends on what signs you would use. So if in the beginning of something I'm talking about an octopus, I would spell out octopus, but then I would use this sign because it's like the head with the tentacles.
Yeah, it looks like a floating octopus.
Right. But this sign could also be used for jellyfish because they look the same.
So you would tell whoever you were telling the story to that you're talking about, and you go so fast. OCT
UPUS. Mm-hmm.
S or S?
Yeah. With your thumb in front.
Okay. Yeah, you are fast.
I've been
You know what's funny? We've always talked because we are cousins, and you'll tell me that your hands will hurt, and like I could understand the fatigue must be incredible.
Yeah, and it's body fatigue and mental fatigue because you're working between two languages. So
wow, that's incredible. Well, thank you for what you do, because that's incredible that because of what you do, people can exist. I mean, can you imagine? I'm sure there was a time when deaf people just couldn't even communicate at all.
Yeah, interpreting actually is a very new profession. It's only been around for about 50 years. Before it became a paid profession, it was just family members and friends that would interpret for their deaf family members.
Wow.
Many times it would be children that would have to interpret for their parents. I had a teacher who, her mom was a single mom, and she said, I remember as 6 years old calling the insurance company and trying to get insurance for my mom because my mom couldn't call.
Wow.
And they actually thought that she was pranking the insurance company because she's 6 and she didn't know how to say things correctly. Her mom didn't speak. She didn't use her voice a lot growing up. So she thought it was called insuranki instead of insurance. So the people at the insurance company were like, this is a prank call.
Oh, that's incredible. That is incredible. And good morning, Lisa. Okay. So, and let's see. I'm fascinated and have respect for signing, but for me, sign language is like talking loud to the deaf. And I'm sure that a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah. The only thing is, the louder you talk to a deaf person, they're still not going to hear you because they have no hearing. Or maybe they have some hearing, so they'll hear some of what you say, but not enough to fully understand what you're saying. And Frank, it's actually interesting because I work with a couple of individuals who are not only deaf but also blind. So that's always an interesting.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that, but I also say, do many people that are deaf lip read? Can they do that? Or no, because if they were born deaf, they don't even know what you're saying.
Right. So deaf individuals usually go through an extensive amount of speech therapy as children. And I totally just lost my whole thought. What was your question again?
I asked about lip reading.
Oh, right.
Do many people, right.
So lip reading is a skill that people do have. However, it is an extremely difficult skill. Even the most skilled lip readers only understand about 30% of what someone is saying just by lip reading them. Because if you think about it, you can see my mouth moving now, but most of the sounds that produce the sounds that we make words with happen in the back of our mouths. So you don't see that on your lips. So there's a lot of guesswork that goes into lip reading. A lot of filling blanks.
That's very interesting, Lauren. Okay, we'll do one more word. Let's try orange.
Orange.
Orange?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because it's juice, or it's interpreted with juice? Is that why it's near your mouth, or?
I'm not sure the pathology of this sign, but I would assume that it has something with having to squeeze the orange. Yeah.
Okay. I have another question. Is there a slang in sign language?
Yes.
Yes. Interesting. And what would that be?
It depends on what area you're in. Like I have deaf friends that I hang out with in New York City, and they'll sign things a certain way, but if you go to DC and sign them the same way, they have a different slang down there. It's like an accent.
Wow. One of the other things before we say good morning to the kids, Lauren, you work in deaf theater. You are heavily involved, and I know you've been affected because of everything being closed. I'm sorry. That it just happens. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so theater all around for anybody is difficult right now. Mostly it's virtual that's happening. I was doing a show back in March and we got shut down because of COVID. We had to end our run early. But I stage manage a lot for New York Deaf Theater. And to me, it's just so, I'm always fascinated when I'm asked to stage manage for them, because you get to see the entire process from like auditions to closing night, and you get to see how they translate the script into sign language, and then how so there are certain things in hearing culture that just doesn't work for deaf culture, like a doorbell. So then on the tech side of things, we have to figure out, okay, well, that has to be a light cue. When the doorbell goes off, the light has to flash. So there's like all these other layers of theater that come into it when you're working with individuals who can't hear.
Yeah. I remember taking the kids in to see one of your productions. We saw the 39 steps.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember how many steps there were. And that was my first experience going to deaf theater and seeing that the way that people show excitement or applause is not by applauding. It's
right.
This, right? So wait, let me move this out. So you go like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting to me. What can you tell me why they would do this as opposed to this?
Because this, nobody's gonna hear this, and this is more visual. So if you're in a room and you're trying to applaud someone, even if you're in a room of 40 people and one person does this, it's very noticeable to whoever's on stage.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Okay, we're going to say good morning to the kids, and then we'll take lots more questions as we're going on, because I want to see who's out there today with the letter O. And if you don't mind, and I don't expect you to, I
can finger spell the names. That's fine.
You can finger spell the names. We'll be here for a while, but I'll go.
If that's what you want me to do, I can do that. That's not a problem.
All right, ready?
Yep.
So good morning, TJ and Lewis, Julian, Matthew, Nicholas, Quentin, Ella, Ari and Luca, Lucia, Mia, Jax Lennon, Mark McCartney, Nina Starr, Leah and Kristen, Holland and Austin, Brianna and Lily, Alex and Hannah Lorraine, Seamus, Cooper, and Tori, Liam and Harper, Tiffany, Emerson, and then Ollie. We're going to go, because Ollie begins with an O, and today is the letter O. So that's what we do. We have Colin, Lily, and Hunter, Sophie, Giovanni, and Gracelyn, Kaylee and Joseph and Roscoe, Scarlett and Juliet, cool, Regina and Madison, Jack, Allie and Andrew, Sawyer Jane, who we had a fundraiser for last night, and Liam, Byron, Layla and Genevieve, Finn and Fletcher, Anzor, Anzor, Kai, Kai, and Zach. We've got Paisley, Presley and Liam, Vinny, Maggie and Isaac, Joseph, Patrick, Liliana and Melanie. You are amazing. Jane and Liam. There's a lot of Liams. Lena and Savino, Melody, Kayla, Nico, I have my friend Patrick that I always say hi to. Hi, Patrick. He's a baby. Well, he's getting older. He has cochlear implants.
Oh.
Willow, Samantha, Frankie, and Vansh and Vishaka, they're from India. How do you sign India? I-N.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's your pointer finger to the top of your head. And that refers to the cultural bindis that are worn.
Okay, so it's for the cultural bindis. Okay, Penelope, Snow, and Nikki, and they're from Maine. So you would spell Maine out?
Well, this is Maine.
Maine?
Mm-hmm. So Maine.
Soufaine? Okay, so Soufaine is from France.
France. So
how do you do it?
Out.
F out?
Yep. Because the French have flair.
No, they do. We have Ace, Era, and Amber from the Philippines.
Oh, the Philippines.
How do you do it?
It's the P on your hand.
Wait a minute.
Like in a circle on your hand. P. Yeah.
Oh. This way? This way.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Bella, AJ, and Angelo. Fifi and Little Joe. Viviana and Bethany. Oh, stop it, Frank. Frank said when Donna started reading to the kids, most were in diapers, and now they're finishing graduate school. Ryan and Lucas and Isabella. Caitlin, Emma, Liv and Blake, Jake and Maddie, Tabia, Max, and Luca from Germany. So we could just, how do you do Germany?
Germany is this. It's a D on the top of your head. It's for Deutschland.
Oh, Deutschland.
Mm-hmm.
V and Izzy, and then this one, these are the kids in our family. So Olivia Rose, Marin Rose, Molly, James Storm, Allie and Emily, Jake and Kaylin, and of course, Carly and Courtney. That was amazing. That was amazing. You guys, that was amazing. I think that was amazing. So now we get to do vitamin time. Vitamin. So vitamin.
Yeah.
And you get to pick the page because we do the beginner's guide to the universe. Yes, you get to pick the page.
What are the numbers that I get to choose between?
Between 7 and 158. Here we go. So think about it. Think about it. Get a good one in there. We take 2 vitamins every day because it's part of our healthy habits. And we only do 2 because even though kids, we know they look like candy, they smell like candy, they even taste like candy. They're not candy. And you only take 2 vitamins a day if that's what they say to take. I never know what I'm taking because I like to live on the edge. So it could either be 1 color and 2 of them or 2, 1 of each. I don't know why I just lost my words. And this is the book, The Beginner's Guide to the Universe by author Mike Dooley. And we use this because we like to practice good manners. No chewing with your mouth open or talking with your mouth full. Now, what are some manners that might happen in the deaf culture? How do you say excuse me in the middle of a sentence, or how do you know how to get into a conversation without, being rude? And while you tell everybody, I'm going to chew my vitamins. Let's see what we got. Ooh, 2 of the same and the tart ones. Okay, go for it.
Well, for getting someone's attention, you would wave your hand. There's a bunch of different ways. So if they're not looking at you, but they're facing you, you can wave, and that'll get their attention to look at you. If their back is to you, you can just tap someone lightly on the shoulder, and that'll get their attention to turn around. If you're trying to get someone's attention or a bunch of people's attention, and you're in a room, you can flick the lights.
Wow. Yep. That's very interesting. That's so interesting. All right. What number did you pick, Lauren?
I'm going to go with 85.
Ooh. You know what came in my mind? 59, and you got 85, so it's backwards.
I was going to do 58, but then I switched it.
All right, so 85. That's so weird, but not really. 85?
85.
I don't think we've ever read 85. Okay, so 85 is a big page. So let me see what the next, but it's in the Imagination, Dreams, and Baby Steps chapter, which I love. So would you rather go with 82?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, or 88, but 82. I think 82, because we read 88. I know that very much so. The thing that makes the darkest of times bearable is remembering that life as you now know it is not reality. Earth is simply a dreamed up world where angels earn their wings. Meanwhile, somewhere back home, you're snug as a bug, peacefully sleeping in the palm of God's hand, surrounded by ancient friends who can't wait for you to awaken and tell the stories of who and where you thought you were. And once everything has their turn, you'll all look at each other mischievously and whisper at the same time, "Let's go back." It's pretty good. I like that a lot. You know, it's funny because when somebody picks a number and it's on a page, though, I do like to see like something. Like, for instance, like this says, having a goal is easy. Caring about it usually is easy too. But taking action when it feels like your chances of success are infinitesimal, that takes a superhero. Only when you act does life's magic respond. You've got to have skin in the game or there's no game. Do something, literally anything, in the vague direction of your dream, regularly and consistently. And then, seemingly from nowhere, when you least expect it, Lauren, the magical winds of change begin to howl. So that's pretty good, too. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep for today. I love that.
With where I'm at, too.
See? And yes, Christina says, "Hello, Donna Vee. Happy Football Sunday." And I know that my cousin Lauren is also a Jets fan. J-E-T-S.
Jets.
So there's no sign for Jets.
There's no sign for Jets, but in the context of talking about football teams, if you do this, people will know that you mean the Jets.
Really?
Like a plane.
Oh, the plane.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Okay. So now we're going to send some love and light out today. Now, this is the part where we get Bartholomew. And I think that my cousin Lauren, you are going to choose who we send love and light to today.
Okay. Who should we send love and light to today? Well, since we're talking about deaf community and deafness, why don't we send out love and light to anyone in the deaf community that needs it today?
I love that. And anyone that's interested in learning about how to communicate so that they can still be inspired and not give up.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Great.
So you know there's a whole bunch of these guys, right?
I have a friend today.
Let's see. Who do you have?
This is my
an owl. Oh my God, it's so cute. Okay. So you have an owl. You know, I love that. Does your owl have a name?
No, he doesn't. But he just keeps company because during the pandemic, I live alone, so I need company. So he's my company.
See, I love that. See, that's what we're here for. All right. Cheeky Monkey, for those that are sad, he likes to take your sadness and turn it into gladness. This is Cheeky Monkey. This is Courtney's like first. You remember Cheeky Monkey, I'm sure. And then Piggy. Remember Piggy? Poor Piggy's been through it. But Piggy, now, how would you sign owl? You said is this, right? With two hands.
So owl.
What about pig?
Pig.
All right, I'm going to make you closer so that you can see. Show us pig one more time.
Pig.
Pig. Pig.
Mm-hmm.
Pig. Okay. Monkey. Monkey. Okay. Elephant. Okay. Lammy.
Actually, this is the sign for sheep, so it would just be baby sheep because a lamb is a baby sheep.
Bear. Wow. Now, we have Cecilia Healy the unicorn. So this is unicorn. Okay. But then we have another unicorn because this is make a wish. How could you say make a wish?
So make wish.
Okay. And then our grandmother always comes to me in the sign of dragonfly. Is there a sign for dragonfly?
No, you would spell it out.
Okay. So now what we do is we send love and light. So would you be able to show us what love and light would be?
Sure. So love is just like love, like you're hugging yourself. And light is, this is the sign for light. But if we're spreading light, we want it to go all over and reach everybody. So the light is going to come this way. It's going to go out to everyone.
I love that. Okay, so are you guys ready? On the count of 3, we're going to spread love and light to the deaf community today from our head, our heart, our whole being. Okay, are you ready? Okay, where's your owl? Yay! 1, 2, and we're going to send love and light to my cousin Lauren for being such an amazing special guest today because you're a rock star and you sent me 2 books and we're going to get into those right after this. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yay! That's awesome. That was amazing. I hope that everyone that's watching, and if you know somebody that maybe could benefit from learning some about sign language, you can share this video with them because I think this is amazing. Okay, here we go. Seriously, Lauren, I cannot thank you enough for doing this and for being on today because this is exciting. And yeah, exactly. This is so exciting and I really am appreciative. Ooh, water. Yay. Good morning, Christopher Estrite. Christopher Estrite is an Eagles fan.
Woo!
I don't know how to do it like bald eagle.
Well, this is the sign for eagle because the
Wait, I'm gonna get closer. Show me again. So it's almost like the letter X.
Right, but it's on your nose because their beaks are pointed down like that.
Okay. So Eagles. Go Eagles. Okay. And this, you're awesome. Fascinating stuff. See that? You are awesome. Okay. Now we breathe in and we do our I am statements. Okay, ready? We ground our feet, get ourselves ready because we have to focus. So everybody out there, we all know that we never say anything negative after I am. It's always something positive. So you ready? Here we go. I am awesome. I am excited. I am happy. I am ready. So today we are going to have 2 books instead of 3 because of time and because these are the most amazing books that my cousin sent to me. Now, I know, and you know the rule, I don't read the books beforehand, and I know that you follow the rule and you didn't read the books. I am so grateful for the simple fact that I was home and I got mail. I'm like, what's in the mail? And I got these 2 amazing books, and they're about the deaf community and deaf culture. This is called Tree-Wise, The Signing Branches by Antoinette Abamonte. And this is Dina the Deaf Dinosaur, or Dinah, I guess. So I am going to start with which one, Lauren? You pick.
Let's start with the dinosaur book.
I knew you were going to say that.
That book, actually, I found out about this book because a friend of mine, it was written by a friend of a friend.
Written by Carol Adebato. Illustrated by Valentine. All right, let's check it out. Okay. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Deep in the woods, there lived a mole named Molery. One day, when he crawled out of his underground tunnel, he found some trash near the tunnel's opening. Molery rummaged through the garbage and found an old bicycle without a seat and a sailboat without a sail. He was about to bring these treasures home when he heard a sound. How do you say mole?
You would spell it.
Okay. In a nearby oak tree, there lived a chipmunk. Ooh, I love chipmunks. Named Camilla, and an owl named Otto. Never fails. There's always some connection. And it's so funny because it never fails. It just never fails. I love chipmunks and you love owls. Camilla enjoyed cooking near the window of her treehouse where she could watch Otto tinker with an old car. While she was making lunch, she too heard a sound. She checked the kettle, but it was quiet. She looked out the window and heard the sound again.
What could it be?
I don't know. Meanwhile, Otto was working on one of his old cars. Otto was a collector of antique automobiles. He was looking under the hood of the old car when he too heard the sound. He checked the engine, but this was not an engine type sound. He turned off the engine and heard the sound again. Curious about this strange noise, Molery, Camilla, and Otto decided to find out what was making the sound. They searched and searched the woods, following the sound as it got louder and louder. Suddenly, they stopped in their tracks. There, sitting on a log, was a dinosaur as big as a house.
Wow. That is pretty big.
The dinosaur bent its head and tears started to pour. They soon realized that the sound they heard was the sound of a dinosaur crying.
Aww.
Nicole Teresi says, "I'm so excited, Lauren. You are awesome."
Thanks, Nicole.
She is pretty awesome. Molery and the mole sucked in a deep breath of courage and bravely walked up to the dinosaur. "Excuse me," he said, but the dinosaur did not answer. Molery turned to his neighbors and shrugged his shoulders. Camilla yelled, "Are you hungry?" But again, the dinosaur did not reply. Otto, now steeled with courage, went nearer and waved his wings, trying to capture the dinosaur's attention. So beautiful. The waving worked. The dinosaur stopped crying. Otto waved again, and the dinosaur waved back. "Hello," said Otto. But the dinosaur just turned her head. "Can you hear me?" gestured by pointing to his ears and shaking his head. The dinosaur shook his head. "No." "Aha," said Otto to his friends. "This dinosaur is deaf." "Oh dear, what shall we do?" asked Camilla. Otto turned to his companions. "My dear friends, she communicates in sign language and finger spelling. I remember some sign language that I learned a long time ago from a deaf dove. I use sign language with her like we use our voices and ears to talk." Otto took out his wallet from under his wing. Inside the wallet was a folded up piece of paper. He unfolded the paper, and on it were all of the letters of the alphabet. Just above each letter was a hand sign, showing how to use the fingers to make the letters. Otto studied the paper, then lifted his wing and signed, "Hi." Dinosaur's eyes widened, and fingers spelled "hi" back. So cool. Otto brightened and signed, "Now maybe you can help me with this. What's your name?" The dinosaur was surprised, but quickly responded, "My name? How do you do my name? Like my name?"
Name.
Okay. Otto nodded. And then she spelled her name. Wait. A. Wait. B. Oh, D-I-N-A. All right, so D-I-N-A is my name. The dinosaur signed in finger spelling and sign language. Mollery and Camilla looked back and forth as if they were watching a tennis match. The dinosaur's name is Dina, Otto added.
Very cool.
Very cool book. Ask her why she was crying, said Camilla. Want to do it? Otto signed the question to Dina. Because I left home, Dina signed back. Why did you leave home? Asked Otto. I couldn't talk with my family and I was lonely. My mother and father wanted me to speak but not sign. They wanted me to be like a hearing dinosaur. I tried to talk and lip read in crowds, but strangers looked at me as if I were weird. It was hard because they could not understand my speech. I grew up thinking I was the only dinosaur in the world who couldn't hear. I could cry right now, by the way. Can she read lips? Asked Mollery. Dinah responded to Otto in sign language. Only so-so. How would you say only so-so? Aw. How did you learn sign language? Otto asked Dina in sign language. While I was playing with some hearing dinosaurs, I saw a dinosaur named David talking with his paws. I was curious and walked over. David said hi in sign language. We became friends. I envied him because even though his parents were not deaf, his family all signed. I learned sign language even though my parents did not want me to. I learned more from David than from my family because I could easily understand him. We could talk together about anything, but my parents said sign language is wrong. Speaking is better. I was so upset. I took my doll and I ran away. What are your names? Dina asked Otto in sign language. My name is Otto, sighed Otto. Otto pointed to the chipmunk and fingers spelled Camilla. C-A-M. Mollery and Mole interrupted and said, it's not polite to point at people. In deaf culture, it is the way of indicating either people or things, replied Otto. I was signing Camilla's name. How do you sign my name? Mollery asked. Otto the owl demonstrated. Want to demonstrate? She said, I'm Mollery. Mollery then signed his name. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's late. Let's have lunch, Camilla said excitedly. Mollery went to get a table and chairs, and Camilla went to her house to fetch some food. They filled the table with plates, bowls, and pitchers. Dina smiled and waved her paws in the air. Mollery asked Otto, what is she doing? Otto replied, in deaf culture, waving in the air is the same as applause. After all, the deaf people can't hear the sound of clapping. We just talked about that. You're welcome to stay with us, Dina, said Otto. At first, Dina was overjoyed. Then she felt sad as she signed, I miss my parents. Oh. Oh. Oh, look at the ants all piled up. Wait, let me see. I'll put it bigger. The aunt spelled out eat.
Ah, that's cute.
That's adorable. Several hours later, Otto, Mollery, Camilla, and Dina went to the beach. While Dina's new friends played and laughed, all Dina could do was stare out at the sea. She was confused. She was homesick, but she was afraid to go home. Suddenly, two huge shadows appeared on the sand. Dina looked up. It was her parents. As they approached, Dina used her voice and said, "I don't want to go home with you." Ooh. She was very hurt. Dina's father's hands began to move. He was signing. Oh, I'm going to cry. Can you sign the part? Wait, my child. After you left, we worried until our hearts broke. We realized that you were right. Oh, my God. Dina, will you teach me more signs? Oh, look. Oh, I gotta. Okay. I'll never run away again, sighed Dina as she ran to her parents and hugged them. I'll never run away again. Otto, Mollery, and Camilla all had tears of joy in their eyes. So does Donna. Happy endings always make me hungry, signed Mollery. Let's have dinner together, signed Camilla. But look at this. This is so beautiful. I don't know if you can or can't see it. I'll show you. But the father is hugging the daughter, and it says the owl carrying a banner, and it says communication is the beginning of love.
Yay.
This is an amazing book, Lauren.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is an amazing book. About the author, Carol Adebato, writer, actress, wife, mother, has been deaf since birth. Mm-hmm. She is on the faculty of the New York University teaching American Sign Language, and she lives in Westchester County, New York. This is amazing, okay? And then on the back, it shows a bunch of of the animals showing hello, like a salute. Mother is the thumb on the chin. Sleep like eyes behind closed. Oh, more. Hello. Wait, how do you do hello? I know hi, but like.
It's just like waving hello to anybody else.
Okay. So father, mother, and sleep. This is amazing. Oh, and there's more. Love with two fists making a hug. Oh, yeah. Friend, like you said. Eat as if you're putting food in your mouth. Happy. How do you do happy? Cry. Oh, I think this is a beautiful book. I'm so lucky that we have this book.
I'll have to thank my friend Garrett for the recommendations.
Yeah, really, that's amazing. We have one more book. So if you can stick around, you guys, I know we're going to go a little over an hour, but it's totally worth it. This is called Tree Wise, the signing branches. And
this
thank
book
you. Frank said, we're special. This idea is amazing, and we're rock stars. Thank you. How do you do rock star?
It depends, because like a rock star technically is a musician, right? So it would be somebody in a band who's famous. But if you're saying rock star, like we're awesome, then we're amazing.
It is amazing.
You could also say, you could do this, which means like you're a champ. You're the best. You're the top.
Do it. Can you show this?
So a 3-hand shape, and then the other finger, and it's on top.
That means champ? Now, but do you bend your fingers, or is that what your hand does? Like, is that the way that you do it? Okay, so if I went like this, somebody would know that means champ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. And it's once. Like you hit the top of your finger and that's it. Like you're champ. Okay.
Wasn't Helen Keller both blind and deaf and started school for the deaf and blind?
Helen Keller was both blind and deaf. I don't know if specifically she started the school for the deaf and blind. I know that she had a big play in deaf-blind education. And actually, little tidbit, I went for a walk last week in my neighborhood, and one of the Jewish temples has a plaque up, and that used to be where Helen Keller lived with Anne Sullivan, her teacher.
Wow. How amazing is that? And like Frank Simon said, like learning other languages, when you sign, it's different conjugation from the way we speak.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Language has a whole different grammar.
Okay. So let's check out this book, Treewise. Designing Branches. This delightful book tells the story of a boy who has parents who are deaf and has become friends with a girl at school. Through the help of a very special tree, the boy learns how to help his new friend, and classmates understand more about deaf culture. The tree teaches sign language to the children through games. The pictures are very colorful and make it easy to pick up sign language. Okay. Do you want to read any of it?
I can't see far enough
Okay.
from.
I just didn't want to hog it. I didn't want to be a book hog.
No, it's okay.
It was Reed's first day of kindergarten. His mom was driving, and it was a bright and sunny day. When Reed got out of the car in front of his new school, he said goodbye to his mom, and she told him she would pick him up when school was over. They were talking, but they were also moving their hands, and Reed's mother's voice sounded strange. A lot of the kids were walking into the school, but one girl, Paige, stopped and looked at Reed and his mom waving their hands around. She heard his mom's voice and couldn't understand it. When it was time for recess, all the kids went into the schoolyard to play on the swings, slide, and the monkey bars. Paige walked up to Reed and said, "My name is Paige. What's your name?" "Hi, I'm Reed. How are you? I really like our teacher. She's a nice lady," Reed replied. "Why does your mom's voice sound funny? And why do you move your hands when you talk to her?" Paige asked. Well, Reed started to blush. He was embarrassed. He turned away from Paige and ran into the line of trees in the back of the schoolyard. He sat down in the shade under a big apple tree and hung his head. Just then, an apple fell down and hit him on the top of his head. Ouch! Hey, you! That wasn't very nice, Reed said, looking up into the big leaves and long branches. "I'm sorry," said the tree, much to Reed's surprise. "I just wanted to say hello because you look so sad." "You can talk?" Reed asked, staring at the tree trunk. There he saw a face, and the face was smiling. "Yeah, and I could also talk with my hands." The tree branches stretched out in front of Reed. "Can I help you?" asked the tree. "I feel bad because Paige said that my mom's voice sounds funny," said Reed. "What sign is he doing, Lauren?"
That's help.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could explain to Paige that your mom can't. Nope, wrong voice. I was doing the kid's voice. Sorry, guys. Well, you could explain to Paige that your mom can't hear her voice, and that's why it sounded differently. Maybe you can help Paige understand," said the tree. Just then, Reed heard the school bell ring. That meant it was time to go back into class. "Thanks a lot," said Reed. "Can I come talk with you again tomorrow?" "I would like that," said the tree, waving goodbye. "What's your name?" "I'm Reed." And with that, he ran back into school. When the bell sounded and the school day was over, Reed went outside with all the other kids to wait for his mom. He saw Paige and remembered what the tree had said. He walked over to Paige and said, "My mom is deaf. That means that she can't hear, and that's why her voice sounds different. How can you talk to your mom if she can't hear? Said Paige. My mom watches my facial expressions when I talk, and I use my hands to make words. It's called sign language. That's really neat, said Paige. Just then, Reed saw his mom's car pull up. My mom's here now. See you tomorrow, Reed said, turning to go to the car. Is it okay if I meet your mom? Asked Paige. Okay, come with me, said Reed. The children walked over to the car, and Reed's mom got out to help him into the back seat. Hi, Mom. This is my new friend, Paige, said Reed, while using his hands to make words. Can you sign back? Hi, Paige. Nice to meet you. Reed, tell your mom that I say it's nice to meet her too, said Paige shyly, looking at the ground. Reed used his hands to tell his mom what Paige said. His mom smiled and helped Reed into the car, and they both waved as they drove away.
Very cool.
The next day at recess, Reed went to see the tree again. Hello, can I talk to you? Asked Reed, looking at the big tree. Well, hello, Reed. It's nice to see you again. I have a question. When Paige was talking to my mom, why didn't she look into my mom's eyes? Reed asked. Sometimes people who can hear don't realize how important it is to deaf people to look into their eyes when they're talking. Paige probably didn't understand. You can help her try to communicate with deaf people like your mom in a better way, said the tree. Okay, I'll talk to her, but how? Asked Reed. Show Paige how you talk with your mom. Tell her that it's important for her to look into the eyes of a deaf person when talking to them so that they know you're talking to them and not to someone else. Yeah, now I feel better. I will help Paige, Reed said excitedly. Yes, you can help Paige and other people do lots of things. Many people have never met a deaf person and they don't know these things. You can help them, said the tree with a smile. What is he doing, Lauren?
I think that's just them showing that he's signing with the boy.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like, how do you say help?
Help.
Oh, that's what he did the other time. Okay. Mm-hmm. When school was over for the day, Reed found Paige outside waiting for her mom. Reed, is your mom coming to pick you up again? Yeah, she'll be here soon, said Reed. Can you show me how to talk with my hands so I can say hello? Reed was excited. He showed Paige the sign for hello. And this is how you say, nice to meet you. Can you show us?
Yeah, so it's nice to meet you.
Wow, I can talk with my hands. I can't wait to show your mom, said Paige, jumping up and down. And when you talk with your hands, it's important to look into the eyes of the person you're talking to. That way, they'll know you're talking to them, said Reed. Okay, that makes sense, Paige said. Reed was so happy that Paige wanted to learn about sign language, and Paige was so excited to try out her new skill. When Reed's mom pulled up in the car, both children ran over to it with big smiles on their faces. Hello, nice to meet you, said Paige while signing. Reed's mother's eyes lit up. She was surprised. She signed, nice to meet you too. I want to learn more. Will you help me? Paige asked. Sure, I'll see you tomorrow, said Reed as he got into the car. How do you do car?
Car.
Okay. The next day, Reed and Paige sat outside during recess, and Reed told Paige about a special alphabet just for hands. You can make all the letters with your hands. That's a good place to start learning. I'll show you. Reed and Paige went through all the letters and then practiced them until the bell rang, telling them to come back to class. Look at that.
That's all the letters. That's awesome.
That is awesome. When the school let out, Reed and Paige walked to the cars. Reed, maybe tomorrow you could teach me more words, said Paige. Maybe you can come over to my house. We can play and I'll show you more sign language, Reed said. I'll ask my mom. Reed signed to his mother and she started nodding her head. My mom says, if it's okay with your mom, you can come to my house tomorrow after school, said Reed. Okay, I'll ask my mom. See you tomorrow, said Paige, waving goodbye. The next day after school, Paige was excited to go to Reed's house. When they arrived, the house looked like hers, but there were some different things inside. The first thing she saw was a phone with something that looked like a typewriter on it.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Lauren?
So the phone part that looks like a typewriter is what they call a TTY, which is a very old machine. It's now obsolete. A lot of people don't have them. But what they would do is you would put the phone receiver on the top where the cups are, and then you would type your messages, and it would come up on like a little printer receipt, and someone else who had the same typewriter would do the same. And that's how deaf people used to use the telephone.
Wow.
Now it's different. Now we have video phones and FaceTime and all of that, and it's so much more efficient.
That's amazing. What's that, Paige asked Reed. That's the phone my mom uses. She doesn't hear, so she types when she wants to say. And what the other people say shows up on that screen. And Reed pointed to the phone. Oh, that's neat. We have a new phone too. I like to play with it. Do you want to see it? Okay. And with that, Reed and Paige went into another room. Paige did not see a phone, only a TV with something on top of it. I don't see a phone. The TV is the phone. Look, I'll show you. Reed pushed some buttons, and then Reed and Paige were looking at themselves on the TV. Wow! I've never been on TV before, but how do you use it like a phone? Paige asked. My mom calls other people with the same kind of TV. Then they could see each other and use sign language. It's lots of fun, too. I get to see my grandma on the TV, and she lives really far away, explained Reed. Reed and Paige made some funny faces and danced around watching themselves on the TV. So it's kind of like FaceTiming now.
Right. And what they call it a video phone now.
Okay. All of a sudden, Paige heard a loud bang. What was that? Oh, my mom is in the kitchen making dinner. Sometimes she closes the cabinet. It's too hard. But she doesn't mean to scare you. She doesn't hear the loud noise. So does your mom ever tell you to be quiet when you're playing? Asked Paige. No, I can be as loud as I want. Reed and Paige spent the rest of the afternoon playing. They were having a great time. They started coloring, and Reed thought about the tree. And he said, Reed thought about what the tree had said about teaching Paige. Again, are you ready for the connection? An octopus.
Ah.
It's O-Day.
It's O-Day.
I'm telling you, it never fails. Do you want to learn some more signs, Paige? Okay. My favorite color is blue. How do you make that sign?
Blue. So it's B?
Reed showed Paige the sign for blue. Oh, it looks like the letter B. I can do that. What about yellow, green, and pink? Paige asked. Reed showed her some of the colors that he thought would be easy to learn. He chose signs that look like the letters they start with. So yellow. And then here, you do it.
So yellow, green, and pink.
Pink, okay. What about car? You drew a car and a boy and a dog. How do you make all those signs? Paige asked. Reed was excited that Paige wanted to learn. He showed her the signs for car, boy, dog, cat, and girl.
So car, boy. How are they doing, dog? Where is it? Oh, dog, like you hit your leg and snap. And then what is it?
Boy.
Boy. Dog, girl. I'm trying to.
Cat.
Oh, cat. Right. because the whiskers.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. C, car looks like they're driving. Boy is like holding a baseball cap. And dog is like calling your dog to come here. And cat looks like whiskers, Reed explained. What about girl? Why does it look like that? My mom said it looks like you're putting on a scarf or a bonnet, like girls used to wear a long time ago. Sometimes signs don't make sense, but it's easier to start learning with the ones that do. Just then, Paige heard a doorbell, and the lights in the room started to flash. Why are the lights turning on and off? Asked Paige. Well, when the doorbell rings, the lights flash so that my mom will know that there is someone at the door, explained Reed. Reed's mother and Paige's mother walked into the room. It was time for Paige to go home. Thanks a lot. I had a lot of fun today. I'll see you at school tomorrow, said Paige as she waved goodbye to Reed and his mom. At recess the next day, Reed decided to introduce Paige to the tree. I want you to meet my other friend. He's very smart and he helps me a lot, said Reed as they walked into the schoolyard. That's him, said Reed, pointing to the big apple tree. A tree is your friend? How can that be? Paige looked at Reed with wide eyes. It's true, said a loud, deep voice. It's true. Paige looked up at the tree and saw that he was looking down at her. Wow. Hi, I'm Paige. Very nice to meet you, Paige, said the tree. I hear Reed has been teaching you about sign language. Yes, he has. I'm learning so much. Do you know sign language? Asked Paige. He sure does. Isn't that neat? Said Reed. We should tell all the other kids about the tree. I bet they would think it was really cool. And then we could teach them about sign language too, suggested Paige. What a great idea, said the tree. I know just how to get their attention. Watch this. And all of a sudden, a bunch of pretty colorful butterflies came out of the tree's branches and flew over to the rest of the kids playing outside. The butterflies paused for a moment while the kids stared at them with their mouths open. Come on, let's follow them, said one of the kids. And the kids ran across the schoolyard and stopped when they got to the tree. Hello, said the tree. And the kids were a little scared until the tree brought his branches down and started tickling them. The tree also dropped a few apples onto some of the kids' heads, just to tease. Reed, Paige, and all of their classmates started laughing, and so did the tree. Okay, that's enough. Let's all play a game, said Reed. I know the perfect game to play. Let's play Simon Says, asked the tree. At the same time, you can all learn some sign language. All the children cheered and got ready to play. Okay, ready? Now you're going to help me because you're going to do the sign, okay? Simon says, book. All the children made books with their hands. Good. Now, Simon says, butterfly. All the children made the sign for butterfly. Simon says, school. And all the children signed school. Ice cream, said the tree. He looks like the tree from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
None of the children signed ice cream. Very good. You didn't make the sign because I didn't say Simon Says. Okay, last one. Simon says tree. And all the children signed tree at that moment. The bell rang and the teacher came out to find the children, and the tree suddenly became very still. Hey, what happened to the tree? He's not talking anymore, said one of the children. Maybe he only talks to kids, suggested Paige. I think you're right, said Reed. Children, it's time to come back to class, the teacher shouted. The kids all waved to the tree, even though the tree did not wave back. We will see you tomorrow and learn more sign language, said Paige. Yay! Exclaimed the children. And nope. Yay! Exclaimed the children. And they ran back to school. And the tree waited for them. He's eating an apple. Very interesting.
Staying healthy.
Very, very cool. That's another amazing book. I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Just thank you.
Yep. Make sure you do
Thank
it from
you.
your chin.
Here?
Yeah.
Here. Thank you. Lauren. That was amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate that you guys are all here today for this amazing special event learning about ASL and deaf culture. And is there anything you want to say, Lauren, before we go?
No, if anybody wants to learn more about sign language, I guess they can reach out to you, Donna, and we'll figure out where to send them.
Yeah, we could totally do that. And I think that'd be amazing. And I'm just so grateful. We breathe our way out like we do every time, right? Now, I will tell you, we also do a hug. So put your right hand on your left shoulder, your left hand on your right. Give yourself a hug for me. Squeeze yourself so tight. I love you, my cousin. I miss you so much. I thank you so much for your time and your talent. And thank you so much for helping so many people to communicate in this world. It's like huge. It's amazing. So, and we got thank yous coming up. See that? Today, I am going to do a bride's hair. So how would you say bride?
Bride. Like she's walking down the aisle.
I'm going to move it. Thank you, Lauren. Everybody's saying thank you. All right, so do it again.
Bride. Like she's holding it.
Okay. So we're going to breathe our way out. You guys ready? Here we go. I am grateful.
I am.
Yeah, you do it. What is it?
Open to learning.
Yay! I am happy you're my cousin. You do it.
I am happy to share times like this with you.
I love you. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Love you. And then this, I love you. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow. And P, the letter P. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 11, the letter P. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you like this, make sure to share it. There's definitely people out there that would benefit from this. I think it's a great lesson for a lot of kids. And it could just really just open the world up for people that are deaf and people that are hearing, because you know that the more you can communicate, the more you can learn. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, Lauren. Hi, guys.